And I'm going to answer this assuming you're watching this video looking to pair it up with a drill. So if I had to use this Rigid Octane with just one auger, it would be... What's going on, folks? Welcome back. We're early season up here in Maine. It's December 1st, and I'm going to answer the question. In my opinion, what is better, the StrikeMaster Light Flight or the Nils auger? We're also going to talk a little bit about the K-Drill, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the Eskimo pistol bit. I don't have the Eskimo pistol bit or the K-Drill, so I'm just going to do some light talking on them. But I'm going to go over which one I feel is better between these two, because I've been getting a ton of questions since I posted my Light Flight video about which one I like better, the Light Flight or the Nils. So we're going to go over that today, and I'll try to tell you guys which one I feel like I like a little better. So this is my Nils. I've had this for about 4 years. If you guys have been following my channel, you guys know I use this a ton. This has been my staple for 4 years. I do have a StrikeMaster Laser Pro gas auger, but I use the Nils when I don't want to carry around the StrikeMaster. So we're going to go over the specs about the Light Flight. This comes in an 8 and a 6 inch. The 8 inch is about 200 bucks. You can get it a little cheaper on sale. The 6 inch goes for right around 180. The 8 inch is 5.3 pounds. The 6 inch is 4.3. So these are super light augers. And I mean, they weigh pretty much nothing. But how they cut the weight is they went to this synthetic resin type of material versus the metal that used to be the industry standard. And the Light Flight came with everything you need to hook it onto a drill. It come with this flange. It also came with this adapter hookup. The blades on this StrikeMaster are nasty. Has a centering point so it avoids you walking around in the hole. And it came with a pretty decent cover. The cover on this is pretty decent. And good thing with this is you can either use it with a drill, or you can take this adapter out and use it with either the StrikeMaster gas auger head or their electric version. And the blades to replace these are about 50 bucks. So they're not bad. They're kind of right there in the middle of what all the other ones are. Alright, so just to summarize some of the pros of the Light Flight, it comes with everything you need to drill with a cordless drill or your gas or electric power head. It comes in at 5.3 pounds, so it's about half the weight of the Nils. It's only a little more than the pistol bit, which we'll talk about a little later. It has nasty sharp teeth. In my opinion, the blade replacement's reasonable. If you need to go out and replace your blades, you know, in my opinion, 50 bucks isn't too bad. And the one bad thing I feel about this drill is it doesn't come with a handle, and it doesn't have a handle option as of now. I feel like if this had a handle option, it would be much better. So we're going to move on from the StrikeMaster, and we're going to head on to the Nils. Alright, so this is the 8-inch Nils Arctic Trekker version. I don't think they make this exact one anymore, but they make some that are pretty similar. This thing is all steel versus a Light Flight that has some plastic on it. This thing is all steel, and you notice it. This thing is the 8-inch version, and this clocks in around 10 or 11 pounds. The newer versions that they sell come in around 10 pounds for the 8-inch. They also make a 6 and a 4.5, and them clock in, you know, lighter as you go down in size. And this one came with this adapter here. The ones nowadays, you can get two different versions. They make an orange one, which I think they call the convertible, and that one comes pretty much like you see here, except it's all orange. Comes with a handle, and also comes with this adapter here for your drill. They also make one that looks like this, but it's called the Nils Velocity, and it doesn't have this plate, so you'd have to go out and buy another one. So you'd have to actually go out and buy this plate, so it's a little extra cost. And getting into the cost of these, you know, the 8-inch you're going to find anywhere from $230 to $250, maybe a little cheaper depending on where you buy them if you catch them on sale. But these are a little more expensive than the StrikeMaster. And just one thing real quick I want to mention is the handle on these are offset, so when you drill, you're using both hands, and makes it much easier to drill. I'm not going to talk much about that, but it is much more efficient. And another benefit of these is they've been on the market for a while, so they've really got these honed in. Very durable. They last forever. One of the downfalls is the blade system on these. It's completely different than all the other augers. You can see it's like one mounted piece of steel. To replace these, unfortunately, everything is creeping up in value. These are like 120 for the 8-inch, and you know, they go down a little bit into the 4.5 and 6s. But so it's either about 120 to replace, or you can ship them to a guy out in Minnesota, and it's like 40 or 50 bucks to get them sharpened. So you actually have to like send the unit out, he sharpens them and sends them back. So in my opinion, that's a downfall. You have to actually ship your unit out. You know, if you get another head, like I said, it's over 100 bucks, so that's pretty expensive. All right, so the downfalls of the Nils. I've kind of touched on them, but I'm really going to point them out. The downfalls, it's heavy. They're almost about twice as much as all the other drill loggers on the market. They still cut blazing fast, but they're heavier. So they're heavier carrying, you know, it's extra weight on your drill. So that's a downfall compared to some of the others, is it's just flat out heavier. And the stock cover that comes with these are terrible. This isn't the stock cover, this is a cold snap cover. This thing is kind of a must-have with the Nils. The Nils cover is terrible. I can't even believe they send them with them covers. So in my opinion, that's another downfall, you know, is you got to put a good cover on it. So that's the basics of the Nils. We're going to talk briefly about the K-drill. Like I said, I don't have a K-drill. I've never used one. I'm just going to point out some basic key points, you know, that have come up in conversation. The K-drills come in a 6 and an 8-inch version, but the 8-inch version isn't a true 8. It's a 7.5-inch. Why they don't call it a 7.5, I don't know. You know, they should, in my opinion, but they advertise it as an 8. So beware of that. It does have an aluminum shaft, so that's how they cut a lot of weight, is by using the aluminum shaft. The 6-inch I found is around 190 to 210. The 8-inch I found in the 230 to 250 range. And again, I'm sure you could find them cheaper, you know, on sale elsewhere, but that's kind of what I found right now when I did the video. And from what I found, the K-drill is the shortest in the cordless drill ice augers. Them come in around 38 inches long. So you got to keep that in mind too. If you're really tall and you're running a K-drill, you know, you're going to be bent over with it, you know, because it's only 38 inches long. Whereas the Nils, you know, is quite a bit longer, and the StrikeMaster Light Flight is kind of right there in between. And the K-drill clocks in around 5 pounds. It has the aggressive chipper blades, and you can open old holes with them. That's kind of a perk I see a lot of people always mention, is that you can cut old holes with them. I've never tried it with the Nils, and I've never tried it with a Light Flight. I don't plan on it, but that's one thing they advertise with the K-drill, is that you can open old holes. So that is a benefit. Another benefit of the K-drill is they have free blade sharpening. So you have to send your blades out, they sharpen them, send them back. If you want to buy a new set of blades, I think they're around 40 or 50 bucks last I saw in looking at them. And another benefit with a K-drill is they advertise that you can cut dirtier ice. So if you're fishing a river that just lays down dirty ice, you know, that may be a good option for you. And some of the things, in my opinion, that are downfalls, you know, they may not be in others, but are pretty much the reasons why I didn't go with a K-drill, is because the chipper blades take more battery life. When you're using your cordless drill, them aggressive blades really eat away at your battery life. So just some rough numbers, you know, a K-drill, you're going to get probably half of what you would with the Nils and the StrikeMaster. So that was a big reason I didn't go the K-drill. And another reason is the aggressive teeth can kick in the drill's overload protection. So if you're drilling a ton of holes back to back, you know, it can heat up your drill a little faster. The last downfall I see with a K-drill is there's no handle option. So it is strictly a cordless drill auger. But that's it for the K-drill. Like I said, just a real quick rundown on it. You know, the benefits of that is it's lightweight, you can cut old holes, you can cut dirty ice, and the downfalls are it takes a little more battery life, and it can kick on your battery protection mode. Alright, last one we're going to talk about is the pistol bit. Like I said, I don't have one. I'm just going to run over some basic specs. There's a 6 and an 8-inch. The 8-inch sells for right around 200 bucks, and that clocks in around 3.9 pounds, so that's certainly the lightest in all the cordless drill augers. It's 40 inches long, so it's kind of right there in the middle. It's not quite as short as the K-drill, but it's not quite as tall as the Nils and the Light Flight. The ones they came out with last year didn't have a centering point, and I heard them did walk around a little bit on the hole, but they don't now because they have that centering point. They just drill down nice and smooth. And the only real downfall I could see with a pistol bit is that there's no handle. The only one that does come with a handle stock is the Nils. So there you have it, guys. There's the basic specs and some basic pros and cons of each one of these augers that I can see. So now we're going to get right into the question of which one do I think is better, the StrikeMaster Light Flight or the Nils auger. And I'm going to answer this assuming you're watching this video looking to pair it up with a drill, whether it's the Rigid Octane, the Milwaukee Fuel, the DeWalt's, or some of the other competitors, I'm going to answer this assuming you're going to use it with a drill. So if I had to use this Rigid Octane with just one auger, it would be the Strike Master Light Flight. I've used the Nils for about 4 years and love this thing. It's a solid auger. The blades on this thing are hard to beat, but I just feel like it's falling behind a little bit with technology. And now comparing it to the Light Flight, what really I see as a downfall is the replacement head on this is like 120, and you have to send it out to have somebody else sharpen it, and that's like 40 or 50 bucks. I think it's an amazing drill. If you happen to be watching this and you're leaning towards the Nils, you know, I'd say go for it. It's an awesome drill. But if I had to choose one, it would hands down be the Strike Master Light Flight. Using this thing last weekend at just over 5 pounds with this drill. This whole setup is just over 10 pounds. Just this alone is 10 pounds. So you add this and then the drill, you know, it's pushing, I don't know, 17, 18, somewhere around there. So walking around with a 10-pound setup is hard to beat, especially when we're up here in Maine and we have, you know, 2.5, 3 feet of snow we're walking through. Walking around with a 10-pound auger is amazing. And I know it's early season. I've only had this on the ice once, but I know Strike Master, I've had their Laser Pro for, you know, 5 or 6 years, and that thing's been amazing. And this thing has a solid hex steel body that goes all the way through. So this thing's plenty durable. You know, the blades pretty much resemble what's on my Laser Pro, and I'm more than happy with this so far. If by some reason something changes, I'll certainly let you know. But as of right now, if I could pick one auger to run with a drill, it would be the Light Flight, hands down. And we're going to wrap it up there, guys. If you have any questions on any of these drills, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.